What is this? Hey, are you the new girl Sam? I'm Tommy. I'm at the back behind you. Wave if you get this and write back. Hi Tommy, yes, I'm Samantha and I'm new. What's up? I just thought since you're new, maybe you could use a friend. I don't have a lot of friends. Yeah, Tommy, what you put on this note? I don't have a lot of friends either, so I thought I'd ask something if you don't mind. Do you mind? No, I don't mind. What do you want to ask? Was it just your uncle who went psycho, or does it run in the family? It runs in the family. Because I'm really scared. And I'm gonna cry. What is this? Oh, it's TV. Who left the TV on? Y'all fucking moved without telling me, but you left the TV on. Fuck you. Ew. You sure are a messy family.
Severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties:
Fizz
Austin
right.
County,
Ginger ale. I
Lewis
don't like
County,
ginger ale.
Dawn County, Tacoma
Burns.
County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged.
Please stop. Hi Terry, enclosed please find a Pioneer's blah 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 unit with remote and cables. We need a half-page review for October issue, so that gives you about 2 weeks to get us a copy for the end. Standard stuff like you gave us on the other one. It's a combi player, so check its CD player back with a few discs as well as laser disc. I want us to definitely hit the signal to noise ratio and tossing stuff for high-end buyers. Thank you for free stuff. Ooh. I don't know why I can read this. Is this necessary? Because I have really bad memory. What is that? Can I light the fire? No. Can I can't put stuff in my inventory. Tissue box, mom's old work mug. Wait. Forestry service. This is a really weird mug, mom. The X-Files. No! No! This is not a scary game. And when I had one of these, I really had to yank it. Oh, I can't turn it off. Oh, cool. Ooh. Bratmobile. Sam sounds great. This must be hers, unless it's mom's, in which case I'm confused. What else is in here? Just Bratmobile? Okay. This looks like a really uncomfortable bag. Ooh! Ooh! Forts! No! No! Ah! Fuck you. Find out the truth behind stories that were familiar even to our pagan ancestors. Discover how to tell a hoax from a genuine haunting, how to categorize and understand strange phenomena you might encounter. Learn about the unhappy that share the earth with us, and they can teach us about connecting. I am not haunted. No. Fuck this game. Yeah. I can't see. Dr. Jitters. How much sugar does this have? Serving size, calories, protein, carbohydrates, sodium. Contains less than 2% of the US RDA of protein. Vitamin A. Tennessee. Oh man, it's the best for your table. Is it? Okay. Is it gonna make my table grow big and strong? You see, I'm asserting dominance on the poltergeist, if there is one. Because they like throwing shit around, so I'm doing it for them. X-Files. Ugh, VHS tapes. We used to have so many. Why are there highlighters everywhere? What are you highlighting? Time Machine Clue, Fantastic Voyage, Top Gun, Airplane, Moonraker. Terry, hey man, have you been? I know you're a published author and everything now, but my editor at HF Aficionado has too much review work to go around, and he's looking for another proofreader. Naturally, I thought of you. You were saying in your last letter how much of a pain it's been trying to find a publisher for your latest work of literature, and writing stereo reviews is dead simple. I sit at home with a glass of scotch, listen to some records, and write up how it sounds. Then get paid. My dad prefers whiskey. Found a bottle of it. I've been included some issues of the mag to use as examples. If you're interested, send some samples to my editor and tell him your old colleague. What does that say? Your old college. Fuck. Comrade Mike sent you. Here's the address. Do it, Mike. Not Mike. Oh, I'm gonna get myself dizzy. Sam thought you might help. Making friends. That's rude, Dad.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, army uniform, and she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Ooh. Does my sister have a crush? Sam. Thank you. That's some cool music. Okay, where am I? I went to this way. Let's go that way first, and then I'll turn off all the lights, and then I'll turn off all the lights, and then I'll turn off all the lights, and hopefully not burn the house down. Yeah. Oh, closet. Ah! Turtles. The heaven at the edge of the world. Samantha Greenbrier, grade 2. Story 1, The Turtle People, part 1. Oh wow, your handwriting is way better than mine was at grade 2. Captain Allegra looked off at the ocean. It went on forever. Or so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. Boom! It was the black pirate ship. She yelled, "I thought we lost them at the Horse Island," the first mate said. "Looks like you thought too soon." The black ship captain came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out on the deck of the black ship. He yelled to Captain Allegra, "Yar never gonna find the edge. There ain't no paradise, and your father was a liar." Captain Allegra yelled back, "Then why do you keep following us, you imbecile?" That's a big word for a second grader. The first mate yelled out, "We'll stop you, Captain Black. We'll find the edge of the world, and you'll see her father was no liar." The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. "Now west," she said. And then the ship sailed towards the sunset. That's a lovely story. I would like to know how it ends. Is there anything else in here? No. Okay, cool. These days no more creepy voices. Trash. Razors. Can I look at this? What's this? Fine. A bunch of coupons for tortilla chips. Nice. What's this? Hold on. Department of Agriculture. Alright. Any drawers? I see you. I'm grateful. All the light switches are right by the doors. As it should be. Another door. Is this a bar? Is there a bar in our house? Whoa, shot glasses. Into the void. Dad, you sure do like this whiskey. Is that something? Ow. Dear Mr. Greenbrier, inform me that unfortunately Mercury Books will be unable to publish a follow-up to The Accidental Pariah. Despite the low sales of Accidental Savior, we went ahead with publication of the second book in hopes of the John Russell series catching on. However, sales of the second book have in fact been lower than those of the first, so our stewardship of the series must end here. It's been a pleasure working with you as your publisher. We wish you, John Russell, the best future endeavors. I heard voices. Fiska vodka. Triple distilled. Well, that's a barcode. I'm not reading that. So someone was doing vodka shots. I'm trying to read this. Orange flavored soda. Who loves orange soda? Cal loves orange soda. I'm scared to touch this because it's gonna make noise. I'm gonna be scared. Why do we have so many of these coasters and why are they all over the house? Do we just have one set of coasters? Reproductive system worksheet. Ah. Okay. Below are two stories. The event are all out of order. Get a sheet of lined paper, write reproductive worksheet number 6 at the top, and then choose one of the stories A or B and rewrite it. Begin with the title and your name. Find suffix sentence in paragraph, but the sentences in chronological order. Make sure the last sentence is a good concluding statement. I already hate this assignment, but let's do it. A. The menstrual cycle. It travels through the fallopian tube. The ovary releases the ovum. About 2 weeks later, since the lining of the uterus is not needed for pregnancy, it comes out through the vagina. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. If the egg doesn't meet a sperm, it dissolves while the ovum is developing. The line of the uterus is getting thick and soft. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins again. The ovum starts to develop. B. I am produced in the testicles. I go from vas deferens to the urethra, the life of a sperm cell. I go through the cervix and the uterus into the fallopian tubes in search of an egg cell. I develop for 2 or 3 months in the epididymis. When the penis becomes erect, I leave the epididymis and travel up into the body through the vas deferens. I pass the prostate gland, the seminal vesicles, and the Cowper glands. Fluids are added so that I can live longer and swim more easily. Without me, an egg cell couldn't begin the amazing process of reproduction. The urethra carries me along with about 200 million other sperm out of the penis in a process called ejaculation. I can find the ovum before the other sperm do. I will be the winner, a pot of fertilized egg. Gross! I'm Sam. Okay. Sam Greenbrier, Health Class, Miss Myers, Period 4, Reproductive System, Worksheet 6, The Menstrual Cycle, a novella. The early morning of September 1st, 1939, or is that 7? I'm gonna go with 9. Essa Glatz stares out the window of the train as it travels from Vienna back to her home village of Weilen in Poland. As the train rumbles along and the sun rises over the countryside, she can only think of her dear Borislav, the boy she is engaged to wed. Meantime, deep within her guts, ovum starts to develop. As the train approaches its destination, her heart races. The lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. As Essa steps off the train, her eyes dart quickly across the gathered crowd. And there, her dear Boris, still in his baker's smock, he must have dropped his early morning duties at his father's shop to come meet her. Her heart skips a beat. The ovary releases the ovum. It travels through the fallopian tube. Over the wheezing of the steam engines, a deep hum grows. It's coming from the sky. Dark shadows pass over the station, a whistling sound. Essa, her thoughts only a second faster than the bombs, reaches out towards her dear Boris across the crowd. Their eyes lock and the moment freezes. The flash and smoke envelops him almost instantly. Holy shit, Sam. In the assault by German forces, almost 75% of the people in her hometown are killed. The rest, including Essa and for a time Borislav, huddle in a half-destroyed church. He is blind, his legs are missing, bandaged with torn bedsheets. Essa's egg will not be meeting a sperm. It dissolves. About 2 weeks later, Boris loses his grip on life. Essa has given up her rations to keep Boris alive, but in the end nothing can save him. Since the lining of the uterus is not needed for a pregnancy, it comes out of the vagina. Essa vows to survive. She sets off to join the Polish resistance as a daring spy and saboteur. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins again. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. Sam, I'll give you full marks, I think. I'm pretty sure you needed to put the last line first. But otherwise, that was great. Good job. I'm proud of you. What is this? World history. Did she just leave all her books here? Did you move and then you're gonna go to school and be like, nah, I don't have any textbooks. We moved and left everything in our house. This light's broken. That is not a safe way to have a cord. I'm pretty sure that's not, like, safety standards. You can fuck off, Zeus. Ah, so dark. It's just dark in here. I can't. Oh. Cool. The accidental savior. Why is he so obsessed with JFK? Okay. Got a plant like this. Does it sound like someone was making popcorn? That's a bad place for a plug. Coupons for what this time? Oh fuck. Tortilla chips. Do we really like tortilla chips? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Ah, then. Ah, 6. Katie, please tell Mom and Dad sorry about the stuff that's missing. What stuff? What do you mean? How would they know? What is... Oh, that's a vent. Ooh, lip balm. Lip stuff. Above average hydration. For your mouth parts. Cherry stone. Olive oil, beeswax, coconut oil, jojoba oil, natural flavor, shea butter, stuff, sunflower seeds, oil, fruit flavor, linadol. We love your lips, baby. Ew. Oh, that did not work. Yeah. Why do we have so many highlighters? What kind of... Jeez. Is this what people with big houses do? They just kind of like fill drawers with papers? Hi Lonnie, so if you wanted to come over to my house still this afternoon, that would be... I can drive. It's kind of far, but I can drive you home too, so hopefully that's fine. Write back and leave this in my locker if you still want to, and we can meet in the parking lot after 6, Samantha. Yeah, I'm totally in. See you there, then I'm gonna kick your butt. Get ready. Cool. Dragon Ball Z.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too.
Ooh.
At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Yay! Okay. There's still a whole other fucking floor. This house is so big. Can I look at the trash? Katie, please, whatever you found, don't tell mom and dad. The attic. What? Ah. Samantha, what did you do? Did you kill Lonnie? Please don't tell me you killed the punk lady. Alright, well, we're back here. Do we go up or to the other side of the house? Directions to work from new house. Left on Crabtree, right on Bullhorn. Man, life before GPS is 1 hour and 10 minutes. Jeez, man. That is a commute and a half. That was like 6 minutes from my work. Yep. Front hall. Ooh, board game. What is it? Over a novel traveling game. Cool. That sounds fun. Janice? Senior conservationist. Cool. Hello, kitty. What you meowing about? Okay. Come on. Meow. Excuse me while my cat is being a pain. Where's the light switch? Regional track and field finals. Well, at least I can run. This is cool. Huh, okay, made a music log. Long goes jump. Goes long jump. Where is the light switch? I don't like this. I wanna go that way, let's go up. Controlled burn scheduled for Boone County. Plumes of smoke will rise above the northeastern region of Boone County over the better part of the next week. As part of a forestry service road controlled burn of overgrown sections in the Flintlock National Forest. Forestry crews have been preparing the area for months. The burn operation will take place between 8 AM and 5 PM on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly into Thursday, depending on the speed of progress, according to the Forestry Service. In addition to removing dead and overgrown vegetation that can lead to wildfires and dry months, the operational serves a valuable training tool for the forestry and firefighting personnel involved, said senior conservationist Janice Greenbrier. Smoke will likely... What did we do? Did we burn the whole forest down? Why did you have to run? Where the fuck is the light switch? Personal calendar. Ugh, my handwriting. Monday, couples Sewing, gawking, hawking. Wednesday, cooking class, take apron. Friday, ballroom dancing. Couples bowling. Oh, cooking class, ballroom dancing, bowling. Cook the big meal for Terry and Sam. You put that in your diary? Temporary personnel transfer. To aid the upcoming prescribed burn operation, a ranger with expertise in the procedures being transferred to a station at Flintlock Forest. 19. Please see attachment personnel file. The overseeing officer shows supervision. Duration of the transfer will be based upon performance evaluation as well as other recommendation of overseeing officer. Okay, that is. Ugh, there's so much to read. Is it safe to have carpets on the vents? I don't have vents in my country, I think. Not that I've seen. For Bratmobile Potty Mouth. That's so cute. Oh, is that the cassette that's downstairs? Oh.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
Oh, Sam. I thought that audio was going to be longer, so I was eating grapes. I'm sorry. I'm assuming this is Sam's room. Sam, stop leaving every damn light in the house on. You're as bad as your sister. I turned a few off! Daniel called again. He wants his Nintendo game back. Read sternly worded letter. To whom it may concern, I, Samantha Greenfire, am 17 years old and am therefore independent, fully functional human being. The fact that you still forbid me from going into the city on my own is frankly absurd. Compared with Katie, who is only three years older than me, and yet you allowed her to go all the way across an ocean to another continent on her own. I just want to spend an evening in a normal, totally safe city on my own, like a human being. And since you may also remember that I have my own car now, you can't really stop me. Warmest regards, your daughter Samantha. Goddamn, Sam. You don't have your room, you just got a lamp. Did you leave everything? I like that all your books match. Is that what that's called? Frankenstein. Ugh. Metamorphosis, the secret. No, I don't know what that says. The War of the Worlds, the Master of Ballantrae, The Call of the Wild, Treasure Island, Dove. Virginian? Selected stories and poems by Edgar Allan Poe. Yay. Jungle Books, Ben-Hur, Tom Sawyer, Oliver Twist, Emma by Jane Austen. Yep. Oh, I like your little punk buttons. I want to see my punk sister. Hey. Hey, Ophelia. This amuses me because I've seen this in so many memes. You're just like a sock on the floor. Why'd you pull your drawers out? You are filthy. Don't keep food in you. Sam, I think the creative writing chat would be perfect for you. I'm not reading all of that. I'll read the highlighted part because I don't care anymore. 3 students from each track will be offered a full scholarship for their first year at Reed. Nice, nice. I'm not reading that. You could have paused it if you wanted to, because... Ooh, hold on. Reed. Name, Samantha Greenbrier. Year, 11, teacher Fletcher. Period 5, subject shop 1, metalworking, engraving, C-. Not a challenging assignment, middle plaque for family portrait, reasonable subject, but not complex. When I said that mom and dad should be replaced with parents' names, I did not mean just add them underneath. Acceptable living on edges, show more pride in work. It looked great. I didn't even think she made that herself. What's this? This is the one me and my dad are building. Wanna go for a ride when it's like, you're building a bike? Bikes, Sam. Groove. It's a very intense face. Oh, there's 2 faces. Holy shit. Exclusive AIDS in Africa. Thanks. Soul Asylum Live. Eddie Vedder, Weezer, Veruca Salt wants it now. Veruca Salt from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? What? Max and Martine wanted for the murder of Straight Edge. Okay, that's not actual murder, is it? Straight Edge is like a thing. This kind of reminds me of like Chloe grabbed Steggy? Stally? Oh, it's a little... Oh, it's a Stegosaurus. Look at its face! So cute. I want one. Ooh. You don't have any cool things under your pillow? I suppose. This lamp does shit all. Kurt Cobain! Hey, what up? It's past 1994 now, right? Why is there a fork down there? Child. At least I haven't found cigarettes yet. What? Disciplinary referral. Mr. Benchley observed Miss DeSoto wearing a t-shirt with an unacceptable image on the front, a large beer can labeled Pabst Blue Ribbon. Miss DeSoto was sent to the guidance counselor's office for a shirt with a beer can on it. She was given the option to turn her shirt inside out, change into a shirt from her gym locker, or to be suspended for the rest of the day. Mr. Soto chose the suspension. Yeah, I would too. Her father was called, but there was no answer and no answering machine. Mrs. DeSoto must return this form tomorrow, signed by her father. Oh, Lonnie. Why do you have this? Why is it in your trash? Hello? Hi Lonnie, I wrote this in first period and left it in your locker on the way to school. It's what the cool kids are doing, I've decided. Write me back. Also, here's an idea for something to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids are actually doing is sending each other pages on their beepers. Beepers! Yikes. But we're cooler than them because guess what? They can't put this on a beeper. That is cute. Drawing of cats was so good that I've added a background to make it even better. Maybe I should just stick to writing though. Haha, I like it. How did you know they were about to be abducted by aliens? I'm looking at Mr. Fish right now. I feel like he would probably have lots of cats. Also, like his secret shame is he watches 90210 religiously. I'll ask him about it after class. He said he doesn't have cats and also that he's never watched 90210, but I could see in his eyes that he was lying. Alright. What's this? Where do I put this? Oh, it's the... I hate it. Ah! Hey, we used to do this. We had like a list print out. Lightning kick, 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 kick. While jumping. Cool. Chun-Li. I like Chun-Li. Those boobs or scrutinize. Stare. Is this one of those 3D things? Because I can't do those. Okay, I can't do it. So if someone can actually do that, let me know what it is. It's a little fly. Oh, Super Spitfire. Journey of Crystal. That looks really cool. Why do you have a locker? Is that the Spice Girls? No. What a party. I haven't that much to drink, Jodie Foster. How many fingers am I holding up? You better not have been reading my secret diary again. Here you go, Then have some pate. Gross. Yeah. Ah, combinations. Is it one? No, it's not one. Fuck. I'm not looking at numbers. Ah. Glasses. I don't know. It's cute. Do you have numbers in here for me? I want to sleep in my sister's room. Wait, hold on. Mom Sam had this in like 4th grade. Oh, it's a little penguin. Why can't I open these things? What's this? Oh, it's a Bible. Fuck. Samantha. S is for special. A is for adorable. M is for merry. A is for affectionate. N is for nice. T is for thoughtful. H is for honest. A is for admirable. I have 4 letters in my name. Do you know how disappointing those things were to me? Like, all my life. Got your number. Yee-hoo, what? So dreamy. Get your friends together. It's time to find out who has a big crush. Is it Matt from science class or Daryl from track? You'll never know unless you got his number. Do you like sports? Would you introduce me to your friend? Are you busy for? What the hell is that? Read chapter. Hold on. Oh, mitten. Hey, it's cool that it jiggles. Okay. Anyway. 3 pages, great. Oh, she finished writing it. Well, she's busy. The King's Labyrinth, Chapter 2, The Fraying Threads. Captain Lerga, still in her flying skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended the single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate, on their own now, grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. Why does first mate not have a name? The first mate slid down the line onto the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moths that inhabited the island, trailed behind, leading their way back to the entrance. From further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. It turned into words, and from some ancient language they could not understand. The king's gross voice. The hairs on Captain Allegra's arms stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently ahead. Following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap spilled forth otherworldly blue light. Spilling forth. Why can't I read today? The great basin of the king's throne room lay below. Skeletal and in rotted robes, the king was hunched over the blue orb, topping his royal scepter. Shadows of his bony fingers danced on the walls like... As he sang, wailing souls flowed in one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase, hewn from rock, led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention, then you—" But the first mate interrupted. "No, I am smaller and quicker, and you know of dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him on a merry chase." With a very weird way of talking. She held up the silk line. "All traced by this invincible thread, of course," Allegra said. "It is a good plan, but Perhaps we should go together. The first mate shook her head. You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid of me. You're gonna die. They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across the top of the stairs that the first mate was to appear. The king continued his... Wait, no! No, the singing stopped! The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her. No use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs. When the first mate burst through the passageway, she skidded to a stop. Even from across the yawning basin, Allegra could see the first mate's eyes grow wide. She turned and ran. Summoning his undead power, the king left the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. From some dank passage too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running towards the sound. The little line in Allegra's hands went taut, then shuddered. It fell slack to the stone floor. As Allegra ran, she was gathering the line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, its end shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. Well, okay. That was a lot. Why did you not give the first mate a name specifically because she's gonna die? That's not nice. Also, this is great. I really wanted to do this when I was little.